everyone. Today we will going to tackle some facts about the one of the most powerful individual today. Please do consider to like, follow, and subscribe for more upcoming videos. Xi Jinping, the current president of China and the General Secretary of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP. Xi Jinping has been a significant figure in Chinese politics, leading the country since 2012 and overseeing substantial economic and political changes. He has also become known for his efforts to consolidate power within the CCP and his emphasis on China's national rejuvenation. Xi Jinping's policies have significantly shaped China's domestic and international landscape. His approach is often characterized by centralization of power, assertive nationalism, and a focus on strengthening the Communist Party's control. Here are some key aspects of his policies. Centralization of power. AntiCorruption Campaign. One of Xi's most prominent domestic policies is his extensive anti-corruption campaign, which began in 2012. It has targeted thousands of officials at all levels of government and the military, consolidating Xi's power by removing potential rivals. Abolishing term limits. In 2018, China removed the two-term limit on the presidency, allowing Xi to potentially remain in power indefinitely. This move marked a significant shift from the system of collective leadership that had been in place since Deng Xiaoping's reforms in the 1980s. Economic policies. Dual circulation strategy. Xi has promoted the dual circulation strategy, which emphasizes boosting domestic consumption and reducing reliance on foreign markets. Supply-side structural reforms. Xi's administration has focused on reducing excess capacity in industries such as steel and coal, addressing debt levels, and transitioning to a more sustainable growth model. Social and cultural policies. In recent years, Xi has emphasized the goal of common prosperity, which aims to reduce income inequality and promote social equity. Cultural policies. Xi has promoted traditional Chinese culture and values, while also tightening control over media, education, and the internet. Foreign policy. Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. One of Xi's signature foreign policies is the Belt and Road Initiative, launched in 2013. This massive infrastructure and investment project aims to enhance China's influence across Asia, Africa, and Europe by building trade networks and creating economic dependencies. Assertive diplomacy. Under Xi, China has adopted a more assertive stance on the global stage, particularly in territorial disputes in the South China Sea, Taiwan, and the East China Sea. Xi's administration has also pursued closer ties with Russia and other authoritarian regimes while challenging U.S. influence in international institutions. Military modernization. Xi has prioritized the modernization of the People's Liberation Army, PLA, aiming to transform it into a world-class military by 2049, the centenary of the People's Republic of China. Environmental and technological policies. Environmental protection. Xi has positioned China as a leader in global climate efforts, pledging to peak carbon emissions by 2030 and achieve carbon neutrality by 2060. Domestically, China has increased investments in renewable energy, although it continues to rely heavily on coal. Technological self-reliance. In response to U.S. sanctions and the global tech competition, Xi has emphasized the need for China to achieve self-reliance in critical technologies, such as semiconductors, artificial intelligence, and quantum computing. His leadership marks a departure from the more cautious successors. Xi Jinping's leadership has been marked by a dramatic consolidation of power, a more assertive global stance for China, and a series of ambitious reforms and initiatives aimed at transforming the country. Here's an overview of the key aspects of his leadership. Centralization of power. Personal power consolidation. Xi Jinping has centralized authority more than any Chinese leader since Mao Zedong. Unlike his immediate predecessors, who operated within a collective leadership framework, Xi has consolidated power in his hands by taking on multiple key roles, including General Secretary of the Communist Party, President of the People's Republic of China, and Chairman of the Central Military Commission. Cult of personality. Xi has cultivated a personal image of strength and leadership. His thoughts, encapsulated in Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era, have been enshrined in the Chinese constitution, a status previously reserved only for Mao Zedong and Deng Xiaoping. Endless term limits, effectively allowing Xi to remain in power indefinitely. Domestic control and stability. Anti-corruption campaign. Xi's anti-corruption campaign has been a central pillar of his leadership. The campaign has led to the prosecution of hundreds of thousands of officials, including high-ranking tigers and low-level flies. Strengthening party control. Xi has emphasized the supremacy of the Communist Party in all aspects of Chinese society, with increased surveillance, censorship, and ideological control. Human rights concerns. Xi's leadership has faced significant criticism for human rights abuses, particularly in Xinjiang, where over 1 million Uyghurs and other Muslim minorities have been detained in re-education camps. Long-term vision. Chinese dream. Xi has articulated a vision for the Chinese dream, which encompasses national rejuvenation, modernization, and the restoration of China to its historic global prominence. Xi Jinping's leadership style and policies are deeply rooted in his personal background, his experiences within the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, and China's historical and political context. Here's a look at the key roots of his leadership: personal background and family legacy. Princeling background. Xi Jinping is often referred to as a princeling, a term used to describe the descendants of prominent CCP leaders. His father, Xi Jinping, was a revolutionary hero and one of the founding members of the CCP. Xi Jinping held various important positions, including vice premier and party secretary of Guangdong province. Experience of hardship. During the Cultural Revolution, Xi Jinping was sent to the countryside in Shanxi province as part of the Down to the Countryside movement. He spent several years living and working in a rural village, which gave him first-hand experience of the hardships faced by ordinary Chinese people. He joined the Communist Party in 1974, marking the beginning of his formal political career. Education and early career. Tsinghua University. After his return from the countryside, Xi Jinping enrolled at Tsinghua University in Beijing, where he studied chemical engineering. Early political positions. Xi's first political roles were in the military and party apparatus in Hebei province. Over the next few decades, he gradually rose through the ranks, serving in various positions across the country, including in Hebei, Fujian, Zhejiang, and Shanghai. Rise through the ranks. Provincial leadership. Before ascending to the highest echelons of the CCP, Xi Jinping held various leadership roles in provinces like Fujian and Zhejiang, where he was known for promoting economic development and anti-corruption efforts. Marriage and family life. Xi married Peng Liyuan, a famous Chinese folk singer and a major general in the People's Liberation Army, PLA. Their marriage has been portrayed as a union of two significant figures in Chinese public life, adding to Xi's public image. Peng Liyuan's popularity and influence also contributed to Xi's public appeal. Political ascent. Central Committee and Politburo. Xi's rise to power within the CCP was marked by his appointments to key positions, including membership in the Central Committee and the Politburo. His political acumen and the support of influential party elders, including former President Jiang Zemin, played a crucial role in his ascent. Successor to Hu Jintao, in 2007, Xi Jinping was appointed to the Politburo Standing Committee, the top decision-making body in China, and was designated as the heir apparent to then-President Hu Jintao. This position solidified his path to becoming China's top leader. Assumption of leadership. General Secretary and President, Xi Jinping officially became the General Secretary of the CCP in 2012 and was elected President of China in 2013. Xi Jinping's roots are deeply embedded in the revolutionary history of the CCP and his personal experiences during the Cultural Revolution. Political resilience. Despite his father's fall from grace, Xi managed to navigate the complex and often perilous world of Chinese politics. Influence of Mao Zedong and party ideology. Maoist influence. Xi Jinping has often drawn on the legacy of Mao Zedong in his leadership style. Like Mao, Xi emphasizes the central role of the Communist Party in Chinese society and the importance of ideological purity and discipline. Party loyalty and ideology. Xi's leadership is deeply rooted in the Marxist-Leninist ideology of the CCP. The CCP's historical context. Lesson from the Soviet Union. Xi has often pointed to the collapse of the Soviet Union as a cautionary tale for China. He believes that the primary reason for the Soviet Union's downfall was the weakening of the Communist Party's control. Network building. Throughout his career, Xi cultivated a network of loyalists and allies within the CCP, many of whom have risen to key positions during his tenure as General Secretary. Global and domestic context. China's economic rise. Xi Jinping assumed leadership at a time when China had already emerged as a global economic power. Nationalism and global ambitions. Xi's leadership is also shaped by a strong sense of nationalism and a desire to restore China to its historical position of global prominence. Strategic and ideological continuity. Continuity with past leaders. While Xi Jinping's leadership style is distinct in its centralization of power, it also reflects continuity with the strategic and ideological goals of past Chinese leaders. His focus on maintaining party control, promoting economic development, and asserting China's role on the global stage builds on the foundations laid by leaders like Deng Xiaoping, Jiang Zemin, and Hu Jintao. Implementation of the social credit system. One of the most significant social control mechanisms introduced under Xi Jinping is the social credit system, which is designed to monitor and regulate the behavior of citizens and businesses. Urbanization drive. Xi's administration has continued China's rapid urbanization, with policies encouraging the movement of people from rural areas to cities. Rural revitalization. Alongside urbanization, Xi has promoted a rural revitalization strategy aimed at improving living standards in rural areas. Patriotic education. Xi Jinping has placed a strong emphasis on patriotic education, aiming to instill loyalty to the party and pride in China's history among the younger generation. Regulation of private education. In line with the Common Prosperity Agenda, Xi's government has implemented strict regulations on the private education sector. Population policies. Three-child policy. In response to China's aging population and declining birth rates, Xi's government has introduced the three-child policy, allowing families to have up to 3 children. This marks a significant shift from the previous one-child and two-child policies. These policies have had a profound impact on Chinese society, shaping everything from education and culture to the economy and individual behavior. Xi Jinping's leadership roots are a complex mix of personal experiences, historical influences, and strategic considerations.
我们坚持以最大诚意、尽最大努力，争取和平统一的前景，但绝不承诺放弃使用武力，保留采取一切必要措施的选项。
This has been all, everyone. I hope you liked this video. Please always consider to like, follow, and subscribe for more upcoming videos regarding the most powerful, influential people around the globe. Just remember, money, power, and influence will only be meaningful if you share it and worked hard on it. Thank you, everyone. See you, and stay safe, everyone.